Legs kill count.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies and show you how they were made. I'm James H. and today we're looking at Longlegs, released in 2024. Longlegs is the fourth film directed by Oz Perkins, son of Psycho actor Anthony Perkins. Like his father, Oz began his career as an actor, with notable appearances in Legally Blonde and as a young Norman Bates in Psycho 2. We saw him on the Kill Count recently, thanks to his fun little cameo in Nope. Over the past decade plus, Perkins has established himself as a filmmaker in his own right. His style doesn't always work for We saw him on the Kill Count recently, thanks to his fun little cameo in Nope. Over the past decade plus, Perkins has established himself as a filmmaker in fun little cameo.
I'm trying to look at the thing right here.
Over the past decade plus, Perkins has established
I think I was going to watch this one, or I did watch it. I can't remember.
In his own right. His style doesn't always
I think I was going to do it though.
But he does have a style, which I can respect. Longlegs was probably his most mainstream movie, at least until The Monkey, thanks in large part to an incredible
He made The Monkey? I was gonna watch that. It looked good. I ain't gonna lie. It looked real good to watch.
Marketing campaign by distributor Neon. It follows a female FBI agent in 1990s Oregon as she hunts a serial killer named Longlegs. Agent Lee Harker is played by Micah Monroe, who has established herself as a modern scream queen. She started her career with The Guest and It Follows and gave an incredible performance in 2022's Watcher. While Harker is reminiscent of Clarice Starling in some ways, Monroe makes her a unique and full-fledged character of her own, a bundle of neuroses and possible autism. Her character goes up against Longlegs, played by Nicolas Cage, doing his Nicolas Cage thing. He's been on the count in Mandy and Willy's Wonderland, and he's back again here, being somehow both unrecognizable and the most Nicolas Cage I've ever seen him. Given its subject matter, it's no surprise Longlegs pays tribute to crime thrillers like Seven and Silence of the Lambs. But don't expect an intricate detective plot. While there is plenty of clue gathering and code cracking, this movie's much more of a mood piece. That mood is foreboding, thanks to the long camera shots, the creepy score, and all the crime scene photos and 911 calls. It does a great job getting under your skin. This thing is a nightmare, but also, like, kind of a cozy one. It's like a nightmare you could curl up on the carpet with.
It's like...
I think the last horror movie I watched was freaking, was Smile 2. It's been a minute since I watched an actual horror movie.
For everyone, especially people wanting something more grounded. Shit gets downright wackadoo in the final act. But for me, it was such a unique horror experience, I'm not gonna get hung up on little plot details. Especially since I saw it on the big screen. I was fine just being swallowed up by cold cinematography and an off-kilter mood. A birthday card? But my birthday was months ago. Huh. Oh, it's written in some kind of code. Oh, no, wait, it's just written upside down. James, you're getting old. Rude. Are you taking care of your deteriorating body? What? So now just because I have to worry about sleep and what kind of food I eat and the aches I get...
Pre-ad.
The movie begins with a dinosaur, T-Rex to be exact, with the lyrics to Bang a Gong, Get It On. A rounded 4x3 frame fades from crimson into the exact kind of creepy shot Oz Perkins is so good at. At a snowy white farmhouse, a little girl admires the scenery. Tree, tree, tree. Man, like an RKO out of nowhere.
There she is, the almost birthday girl.
Okay, we're in full-on Weirdsville already. Apologizing for his long legs, Goldilocks bends down to show the little girl his title card. The opening credits play under Jewel by T-Rex as the aspect ratio switches to 16:9. The movie's kinda needlessly divided into parts, with the first one called His Letters, whomever he may be. Rookie FBI agent Lee Harker is assigned a partner named Fisk, a man full of cheekbones and jaw. She's quiet and more than a little awkward as they canvass houses looking for a suspect, but she speaks up when her spidey senses tingle at a house that ain't even on their list. Handsome Squidward humors her and checks it out.
Hi there. Hi, I was wondering if you take a look at that for me.
Oh no, that handsome face! Ruined by a front door gunshot. Wonder how many paper boys this place has gone.
Off rip? What the fuck?
Pushing through her shock and with her partner's blood still on her face, Harker manages to apprehend the suspect. The incident lands her in the FBI's X-Files basement, where she's put through a word association exercise. It's designed to test her for latent psychic abilities, and while she's not quite Danny Torrance, she is able to correctly guess a randomly generated number half the time.
Half psychic is better than not psychic at all, I'd say.
So basically, Harker has supernatural hunches. I love that little wrinkle of magical realism. It's very Stephen King, and it sets Longlegs apart from its more grounded inspirations. She meets with 2 senior agents, Carter and Browning, who assign her to a cold case they've been struggling with. Over the past few decades, a string of fathers have violently killed their entire families and them themselves. Each family had a daughter who was born on the 14th of a month, and each crime scene had a coded letter left behind, written and signed by someone named Longlegs.
10 houses, 10 families, over the past 30 years.
With no leads, Carter has Harker turn that beautiful mind towards the case. She pores over newspapers, death certificates, and terrifying 911 calls.
When you're sleeping, it's the best time to do it.
Plenty of dead people in this truly unsettling montage, but I won't count them since we never met them in person, outside of photographs. Staring at bodies all day causes Harker's mind to go down the drain. Yeah, been there, girl. So Carter takes her out to unwind over drinks. Harker theorizes that Longlegs might be working with accomplices, a la the Manson family, as Carter scarfs down what is that, man? Like probably his 4th old fashioned? She drives this drunk ass home and shows off more of that personable personality.
Get to come meet my wife and kid.
Sir, do I have to?
Yeah.
She meets his wife Anna and their daughter Ruby, who shows Harker inside her room.
When was she born? On what day?
I love this scene. Harker's so out of her element.
What about that thing? Do you go in it?
But at the same time, she shows more candor with Ruby than she does with any of the adults.
Is it scary being a lady FBI agent?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Before she leaves, Ruby invites Harker to her upcoming birthday party. Oh, great. Now she's gonna have to.
What day? What day? What day?
Monroe was a huge fan of crime thrillers and wanted to be a part of Longlegs as soon as she read the script.
When I read the script, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in like an
She low-key cute, bro. I can't lie. She low-key cute, bro.
FBI outfit on a crime scene.
For her performance, she took inspiration from Rooney Mara in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, another female sleuth who's comfortable solving crime but awkward in social situations. Harker gets home to her gorgeous cabin in the woods. It's like she's living in a damn vacation home. She talks to her mom on the phone, but the conversation's so frosty, she's gonna have to soak her hand in warm water when she's done. Her solitude is breached by a knocking at her door. Who's there? Ooh, a shadow in the woods. A shadow in the woods. Who? Oh, no, seriously, come back and tell me. All of a sudden, there's a man inside her house. He's already gone when she gets inside, though. That little sneaker letter leaver. The letter is a gift of sorts. A part 2 nestled amongst all of her things.
Did you see that? January 14th.
Soggiest, saddest Cheerios, she tries to crack the code. Jesus will tell her how to do it. Have faith in the Lord. With some biblical help, she decodes the letter, discovering a little edgelord threat pertaining to her mother's.
Tell them how you got this, how it came into your head. I'll cut off your hanging milk.
Milk. Harker's called away to the latest Longlegs crime scene.
Interesting.
A sick tracking shot. The family this house belongs to was supposed to be on vacation, which is why it's taken so long to find their nasty, maggoty bodies in the bed. This is the family's mother and 10-year-old daughter, murdered by a father who's also dead, but whose body we never see. Harker uses the cipher from her birthday card to decrypt the letter left here, but she can't tell her boss how she learned to do it, or else, yeah, well, you know. Decoding the rest of Longlegs' letters reveals a pattern to his murders. They always took place 1 to 6 days before or after the family daughter's birthday.
It's an algorithm. His algorithm.
Oh, careful now. Algorithms really don't like kills, or gore, or grown-up stuff in general. The murder dates form a triangle. The upcoming murder takes place 3 days from now. And the letters all used a recurring phrase, too.
The fine time we had at the Camera family farm, where X's marked the spot.
Carter recognizes the name Camera as one of the family of victims, the only one who had a survivor. Carrie Ann Camera was in school when her dad killed her mom and a local priest. It's a welcome break in the case.
She's still alive?
Water Rock Psychiatric Hospital.
It's not far from here.
132 miles, sir.
And the old farm?
89.
Let's start there.
They head to the Camera family's now abandoned farm, where we get more wonderful moody shots. I really love the winter dreariness that permeates this whole film. Courtesy of first-time director of photography, Andre Sorochi. Wow. While the film's plot is a spin on Silence of the Lambs, Orochi didn't mimic that movie's visual style. Instead, he and Perkins took inspiration from Gus Van Sant films, like Drugstore Cowboy, My Own Private Idaho, and Elephant, which inspired those long Steadicam shots, but not the Psycho remake, sadly. Orochi also staged shots with with more headroom than normal, an uncomfortable framing that conveys unseen forces keeping the characters down. Harker and Carter follow X's to the barn, where in an upper loft they uncover a realistic replica doll of Carrie Ann. Damn, looks like Megan really took her sequel's box office failure hard. God damn it! Inside the doll's head they find a hollow metal ball. The coroner says it has nothing inside, yet it somehow emits a high-pitched noise. Really tuned to the bad vibes frequency too.
The other night I could have sworn it was whispering my ex-wife's name over and over again.
The sound ushers in a vision of Longlegs building the doll in his basement.
What's your name, little angel?
He says her name doesn't matter much because she is the dark, and then he shrouds her. Oh, you see all that too, Harker? Shit was weird, right? We're nearly halfway through the film, so it's a good time to finally meet our daddy Longlegs in the pale flesh. Big Double L is shopping at a hardware store and advertising Neon's other horror film from the same year.
Cuckoo, 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 cuckoo.
I don't know what that was supposed to be.
Yeah, it was confusing, but hey, Dan Stevens was having fun. This teenage clerk is played by Bea Perkins, Oz's daughter. In fact, she's calling for him right now.
Daddy!
The interaction humiliates Longlegs, but he turns his road rage into a banger.
Daddy! Mommy! Make me! And save me from the hell of living!
The agents go to visit Carrie Ann Camera herself. She's been committed to a mental hospital run by the greatest little side character ever. He says Carrie Ann had been unresponsive these past 8 years, but just became lucid yesterday after she got a visitor. Too bad he didn't see who the visitor was, and they used Harker's name for the sign-in sheet.
Does the guard check IDs?
Well, it does sound like a good idea, but no.
I love the random humor in this movie.
What the
this
frick?
bit courtesy of Shaft and Kareem. He was also in The Monkey, the Perkins written and directed film that came out like 7 months after Longlegs. How the hell did you do that, Oz? While Carter waits in the hallway, Harker interviews Carrie Ann, who, surprise, is played by Kiernan Shipka, last seen on the kill count and Totally Killer. I totally wasn't expecting to see her as this random side character, but it makes sense. Shipka had starred in 2015's The Blackcoat's Daughter, which was Perkins's directorial debut. She was only hired a few days before shooting and had to wear contacts to match her eye color to the actress playing young Carrie Ann in flashbacks. Carrie Ann doesn't remember anything since her family died, but she recounts the time leading up to it in 4x3 flashback style. Seemed like her mom was into knife play and her dad worked real hard on his axe swings. Must have been practicing for when he used that axe on their local priest. Then, while her mama was talking to a shrouded POV, he used the axe on her too. We see more of the attack in a later flashback. Oh, and I'm also counting Papa Camera now too. We don't see his death on screen, but we've met him now, and he dies right after this. Carrie Ann's mom is played by stunt woman Lisa Chandler, who also doubled Micah Monroe in this movie. Her creepy performance adds a lot to this kill scene, which we featured on our halftime show video with Oz and Elijah Wood joining us to analyze it and break it down. Carrie Ann tells Harker
What
that
the
she's
heck,
a big
bruh?
fan of the guy who visited her.
Like if and he told me to take a jumpy out a window, I'd surely do.
This speech pattern is certainly a choice, but I think Shipka commits enough to sell it. I like how brazenly fucking weird it is.
Or if and he told me to kill you right here in this room with my bare hand, I'd surely do. Just happy as peaches to watch your heavy heart go pop pop, and your eyes is to go all to blood.
Even when it gets a little gollum. Carrie Ann says she doesn't remember any doll that looked like her, but implies that Harker also has a doppelganger that she don't remember either. This implied connection between Harker and Longlegs becomes more explicit when Carter uncovers another connection. She was the little girl in the cold open, which took place the day before her 9th birthday. And her birthday is on the 14th of the month, just like the daughters and the families that were killed. Carter's learned this thanks to a police report filed by her mom, which described a tall, pale, creepy-ass trespasser. While it's understandably overlooked with everything else going on, I love Blair Underwood's performance as this movie's Scott Glenn character. Perkins loved him too. He was enchanted just watching him flip a lid over in the barn scene.
It was so sexy and suave.
Harker has no memory of the incident from her 9th birthday, even though we've seen how memorable it was, so Carter sends her home to talk to her mama. Harker's mother Ruth has been off screen until now, with only her voice heard during eerily flat phone calls.
Lee, are you still saying your prayers?
Turns out she's equally unsettling in person.
Prayers don't do a goddamn thing.
Oh man, this mother-daughter relationship is fraught. Lee probably can't even name the last holiday she spent. Ruth is just so quietly intense. She makes Harker's discomfort levels soar from their already high baseline.
You're not a child because you were allowed to grow up.
Allowed?
This is a cruel world.
especially for the little things.
Ruth's excellent performance comes courtesy of Alicia Witt, who was final girl Natalie in Urban Legend. There's only 17 years between the actresses playing mother and daughter, but Witt is aged up thanks to hairstyling and makeup. She looks like the life's been drained out of her, matching her home that's become a suffocating tomb. This place is Marie Kondo's worst nightmare. The piles of bags and boxes behind them, the kitchen that would give Gordon Ramsay a heart attack, those stairs, oh my god, the fire hazard of those
She was
stairs.
a hoarder. Ever see them hoarder TV shows? My granny used to be watching those. Like, oh my god, I can never be a hoarder, bro. That ugh. It's too much around me. It would stress me out.
Doesn't like watching her own work and still hasn't seen Longlegs, but said playing Ruth was cathartic. Her own parents barred her from their home for over a decade, refusing her help when it fell into disrepair. That eventually led to their deaths in December 2021 when they died from suspected cold exposure. Witt described her experience on Longlegs as spiritual, helping her come to terms with her mother's mental illness. Ruth says she doesn't remember the trespasser she filed a police report about.
That's why acting would be hard to do, bro.
Her old stuff. It's all there, trust. Even her old
especially when you gotta get to like the deep acting.
Toys her dad keeps around.
Dad says he wants to keep some of my old stuff around so I don't grow up too fast. But I'm gonna grow up anyway.
Perkins called Longlegs his most personal film, largely due to this theme of overprotective parents. His father, Anthony, was a gay man who never came out of the closet and died of AIDS complications in 1992. Oz's mom, actress and model Barry Berenson, had kept his father's sexuality and illness a secret from Oz and his siblings, which includes musician Elvis Perkins, who did the music for Longlegs under the name Zilgy. In another tragic layer to his upbringing, Oz's mom was murdered on 9/11, where she was a passenger on the first plane to hit the towers. The fact that their mother had covered up parts of her life that she considered unsavory became the inspiration for Longlegs. Oddly enough, Nick Cage's performance was also inspired by his own late mother.
She used to say to me, "You look just like a little bird when you were born." And I was like, yeah, that's Longlegs.
His cuckoo peekaboo from earlier was something she would do to him when he was younger to make him go to sleep. It scared him too.
And I would be three going, why? I'm not sleeping.
Reflecting on his mother's struggles with mental illness helped Cage view his character more sympathetically despite his unsavory actions. It's similar to the approach he took as Dracula in Renfield, where he based his character on his father.
Gosh, I channeled my dad for Dracula, and I channeled my mom for Longlegs. What does that say about my childhood?
I don't know, man, but I'm glad this movie could double as therapy for so many people involved. Harker searches a toy chest marked Lee's stuff and finds a bunch
of lot of family people got like horrible parents.
What the fuck they do, and it's scary. It ushers in another flashback where Ruth confronted the stranger danger, and Longlegs tried to put them at ease with a song.
Let me in now, and it can be nice.
To make these flashbacks feel 70s, they were shot on 35mm film, and Ruth's hair was styled based on, oh wait, kitties from that 70s show? Oh, yeah, I see it. I guess when he was done belting in her face, Harker snapped a photo of Longlegs, which is what she has now. She brings it to Carter, swearing up and down that this is the guy they're looking for. Not a whole lot to go off.
Sorry, YouTube.
Legs. First name Longathan. Perkins wanted to keep this first full view of Longlegs as matter-of-fact as possible, in contrast to his darker, more horror movie moments earlier on. He viewed Longlegs as a person who doesn't actually enjoy murder, but is nonetheless compelled to do it. His unnerving appearance is because Nick Cage wanted a full transformation a la Lon Chaney. Perkins and the makeup team took inspiration from botched plastic surgery patients, particularly Jocelyn Wildenstein, dubbed the Cat Lady by news outlets. The character is also modeled after some musician. His pale skin comes from Bob Dylan's look on his Rolling Thunder review tour, and his hair and aura from Mark Bolan, frontman of T-Rex. The English band's music is all over this movie because it evokes a very specific era. Bolan was a standard bearer for glam rock, the flamboyant early 70s subgenre that was huge in the UK. The associated artists have a very distinct and decadent look, probably best exemplified by Bowie's Ziggy Stardust era. This explains the kind of guy Longlegs is, and why he's always belting out tunes. That kind of specificity is exactly what I love to see in a horror villain, and it's what helped Longlegs win the prime rib for best villain at the latest horror awards. Longlegs is revealed to be a doll maker named Dale Ferdinand Cobble. It's a name I've already forgotten. He's fucking Longlegs. He's taken into custody, but they don't have any actual evidence tying him to the crimes. Questioning him doesn't prove to be helpful either.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Lee Harker.
I'm glad they filmed that interview in the creepiest fucking way possible. What, were they trying to traumatize Lee? And the freeze frame they leave on the TV when they pause it? That's almost as funny as this line from Agent Browning.
I mean, he worships the devil, that's for sure. But in the United States of America, he's allowed to do that.
Cage actually filmed this interrogation for a full 26 minutes, singing and improvising the entire time. Browning's other line references it.
It goes on like that for a while.
For how long?
24 minutes.
For authenticity, DP Orochi shot it on a period-appropriate Panasonic VHS camera. Some test footage they shot was used as a quick cameo for Perkins as a preacher seen earlier on Ruth's TV. Since today is the day Longlegs was supposed to do one more murder to complete his triangle algorithm, Harker begs to interrogate him. She still thinks he has an accomplice, his own Amanda Young running around. Carter would rather leave well enough alone, but he lets Harker do her thing. She steels herself before stepping inside to have her first adult face-to-legs confrontation.
There she is. The almost birthday girl.
She tries to get him to give up his accomplice, but he's too busy Nick Caging it up.
Knock, knock on the farmhouse door. A nice lady with a Bible and a congratulations, you have been selected. You may now collect your gift from the church.
After pressing him further, he finally throws her a bone.
Why don't you ask your mommy?
With that and a final Hail Satan, Longlegs suddenly exits the interview with some heavy metal headbanging against the table. Oh man, that's gonna be a lot of paperwork. Shooting the scene was the first time Monroe had seen Cage in full Longlegs makeup. To film it, 2 cameras were put on the table to capture their reactions as Harker walked in. She was allegedly so spooked for real here, her lav mic picked up her accelerated heartbeat.
It looked like you were pretty disturbed.
I was.
That fact was part of Neon's incredible marketing campaign, which included billboards that let you call Longlegs and a whole AR puzzle experience where you deciphered his letters. We head into part 3 with the birthday girls
That's
and
fire.
another addition to the count. Carrie Ann Camera is dead. Carter tells Harker the news. She threw herself from the hospital roof, likely at Longlegs' request. Carter's pissed that Longlegs avoided justice, but now that he's dead, he assumes the whole ordeal is over. But Harker can't get his final words out of her head.
Hail Satan.
Well, okay, then penultimate words. The thing he said about her mom. She and Agent Browning head back to her mother's farmhouse to take Ruth Harker in for questioning. But while Harker's looking for her inside the house, Ruth sneaks up and ends Browning's joyride with a shotgun blast. Harker comes around just in time to see the double tap and pose for the movie poster. Harker confronts her mother outside where she finds another doll, this one based on Harker. Wow, it's like a my-sized Barbie, if you know, they were made by Satan. After a brief standoff, Ruth turns the gun on Harker, or Harker doll, not Harker daughter. She blasts the doll's head off, which gives Lee a bit of a brain fart. Really let it rip too, knocked her straight to the ground. Looks like there was something in that brain ball after all, an evil mist, or maybe a baby smoke monster. I like how the coroner told them it was empty and pointless to open. It's almost like he was under its influence and trying to protect it. The ball busting makes Harker pass out and ushers in the exposition section of the film.
Maybe I should spell it out for you.
And spell it out Ruth does. She narrates what happened after Longlegs visited them, how he tied up Ruth and had his black-cloaked associate stare her down. He told Ruth he'd kill her and her daughter unless she helped him with his deeds. To protect Lee, Ruth agreed to be the forward-facing figure for his whole operation.
Knock, knock, knock on the farmhouse door. A nice lady and a Bible. And a congratulations, you've won.
Disguised as a nun, Ruth's job was to get these doppelganger dolls inside the house. Each doll contained a metal ball brain that had a little bit of Longlegs inside. His spirit, and that of the literal devil, is what corrupted the families and led the fathers to violently kill all of them.
From his hiding place within the dolls, the devil did the rest.
Ruth had to sit by and QC the whole thing, making sure it went down like it was supposed to. Doesn't seem like she enjoyed it, but she did it to keep her daughter safe, lending more meaning to that earlier line.
Heck, bro?
You're not a child because you were allowed to grow up.
Harker actually figured out the whole doll thing earlier, but was dismissed by Carter.
In some cultures, dolls are used in magic to control people.
Longlegs is just a man, Harker.
not a witch doctor.
But she was right. The dolls were key to everything going on. That's why the very first shot of the film is from the Harker doll's shrouded POV as Longlegs drove up to her house. I know this movie lost a lot of people here, with the reveal that the devil is real and that he was using a weird-looking ex-rocker to make dolls that would spiritually poison families and get them all murdered. I get it. It's probably especially jarring if you wanted something more grounded like Silence of the Lambs. But I like that this wound up supernatural. And it's not like it came out of nowhere. Harker was literally reading a devil book in the library. If your problem is you don't think it all adds up in the end, well, I mean, you're not wrong. Perkins admitted he didn't want to flesh out the mythology too much, instead leaving it to audience interpretation.
My honest answer is that I make up only as much as is needed to sort of sit on the top like magic shell, you know, like you pour magic shell on ice cream. There's like, so it's like the density of the mythology is about magic shell dense.
I do agree that this specific section spells things out a bit too much, like the classroom scene in Us, you know? And yeah, that one line's quite the clunker.
She had once been a nurse. Now her work would be murdering families.
But all in all, it still works for me. Harker comes to inside Longlegs' basement workshop, which, in a Black Phone-esque twist, is actually in her childhood home. She had seen a bug coming out from under the door earlier, but couldn't open it because it was locked. I guess Double L likes his privacy. Harker answers a ringing phone and hears the voice of Longlegs on the other end. He tells her to get to Ruby's birthday party, so she might as well take his car that she finds parked out back. On the way, she has a good scream, mirroring her tormentor's freak out from earlier. Harker arrives to find Carter wearing a smart cable knit sweater and serving loops into the camera. There's also a blink and you'll miss it reflection in their front door, an outline of the frickin' devil. It's one of 15 devils hidden throughout the film, hinting at his presence throughout Harker's life. Perkins wanted them to make viewers take a closer look at the film. This final appearance was his favorite, partly because it covered up the camera's reflection in the glass. Inside, Harker finds that Ruth has already crashed the party, sitting there looking like Satan's little hobbit helper. Harker tries to warn Carter about her mom, but he just yells at her to sit up the chip. Looks like the doll Ruth brought over is already affecting the family.
Honey, maybe now would be a good time to bring out the cake.
The cakes.
Oh my God, I knew it.
Yeah. I'll find something to cut up the cakes with.
Their fatalist behavior here really freaks me out, especially when Ruth tells Harker it's too late to save Anna. Carter's dialogue confirms his intentions to kill her.
I'm so sorry. I'll be right back.
No, I'll be right back. You'll still be in the kitchen.
Still, it kind of pisses me off that Harker just sits there and lets them go into the kitchen. She hears Carter stabbing Anna.
That's what I'm saying. If you know what's going on,
to death in there. You could have stopped him, Harker. Anna seemed like a nice lady, and now she's dead. When Carter returns, intending to kill his daughter, Harker guns him down. Didn't need no supernatural hunches to know what that guy was about to do. Thinking Ruby has to die to keep up her end of the bargain, Ruth tries to attack, only to get put down by her daughter with a headshot. Harker takes Ruby away from the carnage, and the movie ends with one last message from Longlegs.
Hail Satan.
And of course, a little more T-Rex.
Let me count now the people who died, not once, not twice, but on the background that's always white.
Let's get to the numbers. Did you see that? Counted 12 kills in Longlegs, 5 males and 7 females, which gives us a rare red majority pie chart. Though, I've got to say, they don't exist rare lately. As for this exact count and breakdown, we've only seen it once before, in Never Hike Alone 2. With a runtime of 101 minutes, Longlegs had a kill on average every 8.42 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Longlegs, aka, what was it, Martin Cobbler Elf or some shit? This film's actually pretty light on graphic violence, at least by horror standards, which makes this villain death all the more shocking. His face really fell apart there. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Anna, whose death was both off-screen and avoidable, Harker. You could have saved her! And that's it. Longlegs was released in 2024 and became the highest grossing independent film of the year, and of Perkins' career. Until next time, I'm James A. Janice.
Oh,
It's been the Kill Count.
On the next Kill Count, are you ready?
W video W YouTube.
For yours.